Hey there, Ben Mankiewicz with you on TCM. On deck, the bottom half of tonight's doubleheader. We're serving up a twin bill of dystopian takes on the New York of tomorrow. Since both films were set in years that have now passed, it's a reminder that as bleak as some people see things in America today, the movies are here to remind us could be a lot worse. We just saw Charlton Heston and Edward G. Robinson in the 1973 sci-fi classic Soylent Green. Up next, a film made 8 years later, from 1981, Escape from New York. The film is set only 16 years into the future, 1997, so 29 years in our past. Man. In this 1997, New York is a maximum security prison, filled with bombed-out buildings and ruled by violent, roaming gangs. The upside, less traffic, and nobody's really mad at the Mets. Anyway, terrorists have kidnapped the president, played by Donald Pleasance, after his plane crashes. The city's police commissioner, that's Lee Van Cleef, hatches a rescue plan. It involves the film's hero, the colorfully named Snake Plissken. Once a Special Forces soldier, Snake is now a convicted criminal. He is played quite memorably by Kurt Russell. Hardened and cynical, Snake is no patriot, but if he pulls off the mission, he'll win a pardon. If he doesn't, well, there won't be a sequel. Today, if he needed a pardon, Snake could save himself a lot of trouble by just breaking it. Never mind. Director John Carpenter hit a hot streak in the 1980s with a series of films, now either classics or cult classics, that helped redefine action, horror, and sci-fi. They included his 1982 remake of The Thing from Another World, which he titled simply The Thing, followed by Christine, Starman, Big Trouble in Little China, and They Live. Carpenter colored his films with subversive humor and his own anti-authoritarian views. Escape from New York doesn't skimp on either of those things. There are those who speculate Snake Plissken is merely a stand-in for John Carpenter himself. Carpenter, it needs to be noted, is also a triple threat. In addition to directing, he co-wrote the screenplay and co-composed and performed the film's electronic score. Carpenter assembled an offbeat cast, which includes Isaac Hayes, Harry Dean Stanton, as well as Carpenter's wife at the time, Adrienne Barbeau, plus Ernest Borgnine as a cab driver. Although it takes place in New York, Carpenter largely shot the film in St. Louis. From 1981, Escape from New York. Over the past several decades, Kurt Russell has proven himself one of Hollywood's most popular and versatile leading men. However, producers of Escape from New York initially balked at casting him as Snake. They wanted Tommy Lee Jones. Russell had too much breezy baggage, they thought, from his years as a teen star for Disney, where he made the computer wore tennis shoes, Super Dad, and other G-rated fare. But Kurt Russell had a real champion in director John Carpenter and ultimately won the role of Snake. They first worked together on a 1979 television miniseries, Elvis, with Russell playing the king. Carpenter took a risk casting Russell as Elvis, but it paid off, with Russell getting raves for his electric performance. The role helped to reinvent Kurt Russell as a serious adult actor. It also sparked a long collaborative partnership. In addition to Elvis and Escape from New York, Russell and Carpenter have worked together on The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and in 1996, they revisited Snake Plissken in Escape from L.A. Coming up, it's Silent Sunday night. Join the professor, Jacqueline Stewart, for a quartet of Charlie Chase slapstick comedies from 1927, starting with The Lighter That Failed. It is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, A Silent Sunday with Charlie Chase, then The White Balloon, and later The Red Balloon. TCM's got the world on a string tonight.